Coming up on World's Greenest Homes. In Toronto, an architect builds his own green dream home, and it's an uphill battle.
It took a crazy architect to come along and say, hey, I can build in this hillside.
In the Windy City, an old tavern gets a record-breaking green transformation.
We had excess vinyl records in our inventory, and we just came up with this brilliant idea. Why don't we use them as aggregate in our flooring?
I'm Emmanuel Belliveau. Come with me on World's Greenest Homes and see the most extraordinary homes on the planet. Homes that are gorgeous, cool, and green. Most major cities have their own big-name parks. From London's Hyde Park to New York's Central Park to a 400-acre virtual wilderness called High Park in the middle of North America's 5th largest city, Toronto, Canada, where one man was determined to build a home overlooking that park.
This property was once a vacant lot, and it sat on the market for almost 10 years. Because of its steep slope, conventional builders wouldn't touch it. But one architect came along and he saw he could build his dream home using some basic green design principles. Because for him, green is just a better way of building.
Built from a combination of recycled, repurposed, and renewable materials, the house is designed for maximum energy efficiency no matter what the season. This 5,000 square foot home faces south, perfectly positioning it for maximum solar gain in the winter. And because it's set deep into the side of a hill, it's sheltered by the earth around it. That keeps it warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Graham Smith is an eco-architect. He lives here with his wife Dinah, a sports physical therapist, 9-year-old Zoe, and 6-year-old Katie. The main floor is where they spend most of their time. It's open concept with a cozy living area, a dining space, and a kitchen. Up on the next level, there's the kids' bedrooms and an open concept master bedroom and master bath. On the top level, there's a walkout to a deck with a hot tub and a 1,000 square foot green roof.
Hi there, you must be Graham.
Hi, Emmanuel. Nice to meet you. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. How you been?
Good. Welcome to our home.
Beautiful looking place.
Thank you.
You've got some shifting levels going on there. It's very interesting.
We do. We've got a lot of stuff happening in the street, but essentially we've got a big house buried in a hill. And it took a crazy architect to come along and say, hey, I can build in this hillside.
And you saw something no one else could see.
We were crazy enough to think that we could do it, and it's been a long road.
4 years in the design and 2 years to build, it was an incredible feat of engineering. Because the house is on the side of a hill, we have to climb a few steps to get up to the main level.
This is great. Nice and wide open up here.
It
You
is.
got a kitchen, a dining room, and a living space.
We've got a fabulous vista from up here. The big view over High Park.
Yeah, you would never know you're actually in a city. You see all green around you. All this glass gives you a great vantage point, a great view, but it also assists with your passive solar heating?
Yeah, our solar geometry is really, really good. We get that eastern light in the morning, we get a southern light in the wintertime, but none in the summertime, and then that western light is all blocked out.
Well, that's a great fireplace.
It is. It's the kind of center point of the living room.
A nice big focal point.
Yeah, it's a Rumford. Count Rumford designed it. He took the standard firebox, which was narrow and shallow and deep, and he figured out that there was radiating heat coming off of fires. So this box is wide, tall, and really shallow, and with that sloping back up, it shoots a lot of heat out into the room.
What did you use to cast this?
That's
really
concrete,
cool.
And what we did was we lined the forms with wood veneer in a kind of brick pattern, and you got this wonderful texture.
It's nice to know that anybody could do this. It's just a matter of what you pour it into, right?
Yeah, we just kind of built a big form on top of the fireplace and mixed a little concrete in the living room.
Are we not going to talk about the elephant in the room?
Wow, he's a cute little guy, isn't he?
Sure is.
This is Gordo, affectionately named by my children. And Gordo is an elephant designed by Charles and Raheem.
So do the kids get to sit on it, or is it?
No, we just pat him before bed.
What do you have here on your hearth?
That's a big slab of slate.
And why did you choose slate?
Oh, it's just a really nice natural material. It has an honesty to it and no shine.
When you say honesty, what do you mean?
You know what? I think everybody should be able to look at a material and know instantly what it is. No, you should.
I should have known that. Thanks.
But there's a lot of like laminates and plastics and stuff like that, and it's an honest material like brick and concrete and
steel.
Yeah, and we try to do that a lot in our work. We always like to have an honesty with the material palette.
Just around the corner, there's a serious clean-burning stove that does a great job of heating the whole house.
A lot of people call them Finnish stoves or Russian stoves or a contraflow stove. And this is a completely closed unit. So this is drawing nothing but exterior air, and it's coming into a firebox here. And from the firebox, it goes into a secondary chamber, and that airstream is blowing on the fire all the time, so it burns really hot and really fast. And then the secondary chamber up here allows the gases to reburn.
Right.
And then it goes up into a third chamber in the top, and then gets drawn down the sides, collects in the bottom, and goes out the chimney and up. So using nothing but exterior air and storing all of the heat from the fire in this masonry mass, this does a good job of heating the house all by itself. And most importantly, because it's hitting it with that big stream of air, it burns really clean.
How long does it store the heat for?
If we run it for 3 or 4 hours, it'll keep heat for another 48. It'll constantly radiate out, and of course that heat's all up in the chimney as well, which goes right up into the up to the roof garden.
That's incredible. How long have these been around for?
Been around for a couple of 100 years.
And we don't see more of them?
No, not on our shores, but certainly if you were in older houses in Scandinavia and the Baltic states, Russia and into Germany, you would see these in a lot of different forms. Some of them were the ceramic stoves.
Right.
And the idea really goes all the way back to Roman times.
Between the living area and the kitchen is the dining area. The table is classic mid-century modern Danish, and above it is a pendant light design by Kili Castiglione. At the far end of the enormous living space is a kitchen straight out of the pages of a magazine.
Nice kitchen.
Thank you, we love it. This is Command Central.
Yeah, it's nice and wide open, and I love these stainless steel countertops too. This stove is huge.
Yeah, this is standard commercial stove, and it's the only thing we use natural gas for. Gas company keeps on calling us and wondering if anybody lives here. And,
Why is that?
Well, because our gas bills are nothing, and I keep on telling them that we're on geothermal.
Geothermal heating is part of Graham's overall thermal mass strategy for his home. It runs through their concrete floors and heats all their hot water.
We've got pipes underneath the house. We've got 1,600 feet of pipes directly underneath the house.
Straight down, or?
Straight down, and that comes up to a heat pump. And that heat pump is essentially just a compressor. It's just like we'd have in our refrigerator here. And it's running a compression cycle, either from high pressure to low pressure or low pressure to high pressure, and depending on which way it's running, that's generating heat or cold. So for people to understand that, if you've got an aerosol can that's under high pressure, and as you put your finger down and it's going from low pressure,
it gets cold.
It gets cold. And vice versa. If you could pump air into that can really quickly, that can would get hot. So what we're doing is we're just taking the heat or the cold off of that cycle and putting it into a mass tank, and then that mass tank distributes water through our floors.
And that heats your floor.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a great sink you have here.
Yeah, it's a standard kitchen sink, and what we've done is we've had our fabricator weld it right into the counter, so it's seamless, and it's super clean. You don't get any food stuck under the rims or anything like that.
Yeah, that's true. So anybody can do this. Get this off the shelf.
Yep, no matter how fancy you want your sink, as long as it's got a lip around it, they can weld it right in.
You have very few lights in here, but of the ones you do have, they're great architectural detail to them.
Yeah, we like them to be expressive. These are classic mid-century Italian design.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And so is your view from here.
Absolutely. This is the main floor deck. I'll take you out.
We've just seen the main living space. Now, it's outside to the wraparound deck.
What's this?
This belonged to my great-grandfather, and it is the end of an old horse trough. You can see it's dated 1707.
It says Tom.
The horse's name was Tom.
1707, that's 300
years ago.
old.
Yeah, lead panel.
Oh, it's lead.
It's amazing how, yeah, that's pure lead. Amazing how long it lasts.
Wow, that's real old. Well, this is great out here.
It is a fantastic space. We have a lot of dialogue with our neighbors here. We can talk to people on the street. It's really engaging the urban existence that we have, but we still get to enjoy this fantastic view.
The top-level exterior of the house is clad in copper panels.
We wanted to have materials that were going to last forever. I mean, copper is a wonderful material because it's constantly changing. It was bright as a copper penny when it went on, and it's now starting to get shades of brown and purple. And eventually we'll start to get...
You can let it go green?
Well, it will go green, just all by itself. You can see these guys are going green already because they're on the horizontal surfaces.
Right, 'cause water sits on it longer.
Yeah, a little harder for it to go green on the verticals, but you can see just along the bottom of the drip edges where it's starting to turn.
The deck is also made of ipe, a sustainably harvested wood from South America.
It's an incredibly hard wood and very resistant to any kind of algae or muck that would cause it to be slippery.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi,
How are you? Emmanuel.
Dana. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Dana. Pleasure, pleasure. Thank you
Are
so
you
much.
enjoying the house?
It's great. It's really
pretty
wonderful.
nice. It's like a tree house, isn't it?
This 35-year-old swing is possibly the best thing about the deck for daughters Zoe and Katie.
That was actually my swing when I was a little kid. And the kids thought it was great because we don't really have a yard.
Right, so this is your yard. Well, this is kind of like the
This
whole
is our
3
yard.
R's, right? Reduce, reuse, and recycle your swing.
Exactly.
What do you guys think about showing me your room?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, let's go. So where are we going, upstairs?
Yeah, exactly upstairs. This is my room.
Nice room. Why do you like your room?
I like the cork floor.
You have cork floor.
Like all the rooms on this floor, Zoe and Katie's rooms have cork floors and exposed metal beams. They're magnetic, so handy for hanging their artwork.
Well, this is a great room. Katie, you want to show us your room?
Okay. This is my room.
It's a great room, Katie. I like the color. It's pink. You like pink?
Yeah.
You have a big beam in your room. It looks like it's bigger than your sister's beam.
Yeah.
But you can put so many more things on your beam.
I can't even reach.
Oh, you can't reach. Well, thank you for the tour of your room. Give me 5. You take care.
All right, hey, you hang with me. We got some cleaning to do in here.
The master bedroom is right next door.
This is quite the open concept bedroom.
It
And I
is.
say that because we do have an office in here, we obviously have a bed in here, but we've got an obvious bathroom right behind us, which is in your bedroom.
We stayed at a little tiny bed and breakfast in California once, and it had these really romantic rooms, and the bathtub was in the bedroom, and so I was kind of thinking of recreating that.
This is all slate here as well.
Yeah, that's slate as well, and the tub we found at a great little store that refinishes tubs.
It's a nice deep soaker too.
It is, and it's long.
I understand you get a pretty cool shower around the corner.
We have an excellent shower right around the corner. Go take a peek.
Oh, a lot more slate.
A lot more slate, but
The window's right there. Any privacy issues?
not really. There's a little teeny tiny angle to that outside wall. So when people look up from the street, all they see is the beautiful ceiling.
Oh, and speaking of the ceiling,
The ceiling timber has been reclaimed as well.
These were beams that were in a World War II aircraft hangar.
oh, I see.
So they were reclaimed from the Ottawa area, but they look great, and it's kind of nice to use a reclaimed wood.
There's one more level to explore.
Shall we go up and see the green roof?
Yeah, for sure. Up this way?
Yep, head on up.
So this wall here is your thermal mass?
Yep, it's 3.5 inches of brick. Stores heat all day, and then you can see the skylights above you that open up, and we dump heat all night long during the summer.
Oh, these steps are something else. You have an affinity for plywood, don't you?
I do. These are labor of love. These were 35 individual pieces of plywood laminated together, and I did it myself with one of the guys at my office, and we swear we'll never do it again.
Yeah, I can't
It was
imagine.
a lot of sanding.
They look great, and you've
They do.
actually done a great job making them all uniform.
Yeah, they're very sculptural, and we love them.
Beautiful, very nice. Let's look at your deck. You got a hot tub.
We got a hot tub. It's a little luxury. So this is the main body of the green roof, and this does a lot of things for us. It keeps us cool in the summertime. We've got about 10 inches of soil here. Get a little insulation out of it, but mostly what it does is it's holding all of that rainwater, and when the sun comes out, the water evaporates, and we get evaporative cooling out of it. To find this just really nice balance between green and urbanism has just been a real joy for us.
This is amazing. Well, thank you very much for the tour. I had a wonderful visit. And
You're very welcome.
When no conventional builder would touch the steep hillside property, Graham and Dinah saw the opportunity to live in the middle of a large city, yet be surrounded by nature. This home proves you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for a premium price city lot. With a little imagination and lots of green materials, you can build a sustainable home almost anywhere. This is Chicago, the Windy City. With a population of 3 million, it's the third largest city in the U.S.
living sustainably in everyday life and a business can be a tall order, but that's exactly what our next homeowners set out to do. They're a couple of indie rock producers who earn gold by going green.
We're in Chicago, Illinois, home to some of the world's tallest buildings and striving to be home to some of the greenest. This is Whiz Tavern, 120 years old and in the heart of the hip Buckwood neighborhood. Once the focus of serious imbibers, it's been turned into the greenest live workspace in Chicago and has the city's very first wind turbine. This green-breaking Reno was undertaken by Frank and Lisa Massari, who were motivated to go green by the waste and excesses of the music industry.
We always thought that it takes creative people to jumpstart new things.
And when the mayor said he wanted Chicago to be the greenest city in the U.S., Frank and Lisa made their first big green decision and made their move to the Windy City. The 3,800 square feet of space includes the office on the ground floor for the punk rock label, a very sparkly office bathroom, and a guest apartment. Upstairs, there's an open concept living room, kitchen, and dining room, a rock and roll bathroom, and a light and airy master bedroom. Finally, up another flight of stairs to the greenest roof in Chicago.
Hi, we're Frank and Lisa Massari, and welcome to our house.
Come on in.
On the first floor here at street level is our office.
Where Smogville Records
Operates. We're a music licensing and publishing business, and we've been doing that for 18 years now.
Now, this is an office with some really cool extras, a ping pong table and a cappuccino machine.
you can just loosen up and have some fun, and when you're laughing, you can just throw some ideas around, and it works out really well.
But a lot of hard work went into remodeling this building before they got to the cappuccino and ping pong stage.
We really had demoed it down to maybe the exterior walls.
We pretty much took the roof off, and the back of the building was completely demolished, and it kind of looked like a bomb went off. I believe we ended up recycling about 92% of everything that came out of the building.
As well as changing their CD covers from plastic to recycled cardboard, they came up with a record-breaking idea for the terrazzo floor.
These funny little color pieces are the vinyl.
We had excess inventory of vinyl records that don't sell so great anymore. So instead of just throwing those away,
We just came up with this brilliant idea. Why don't we use them as aggregate in our flooring?
we used about 1,000 records in this floor.
We bought 2 blenders from the thrift store and crushed the records in there. You know, just being creative doesn't cost anything.
This is the office bathroom.
With a heavy metal tile that really catches your eye.
It's just decorative tile that we liked, and we thought it added some sparkle and charm.
Small little pieces of stainless steel on a cloth grid, and it's laid just like any other tile. We also have a low-flow water toilet.
The purpose of having the 2 buttons, the low flow and the high flow, is to save on water. And we probably save about 1/3 off our water bill.
Up one level is Frank and Lisa's main living space. It's ultra-modern and open concept, and there's a green secret behind those walls.
The drywall here throughout the house is made of almost 100% recycled material, and it's the same as conventional drywall. It's the same exact price, except it's completely green. So this is the kitchen.
Now that's what I call an island countertop.
The sinks are built into the concrete countertop. They're also constructed out of concrete. And it's really cool, but this was incredibly heavy. We had to lift it in by a crane. And I think about 8 guys had to carry it from this position over here over to here, and it was a big struggle.
The kitchen cabinets are just as cool. They're formaldehyde-free, and the sleek finish is low VOC.
And another neat feature right here is our electrical outlets that we can hide down in the base of the cabinets here.
In the dining room, they've gone for floor-to-ceiling windows to make the most of natural cross-ventilation.
It allows fresh air and light into the building, and if we need to, it will really cool off the second floor pretty quickly.
It's fun to sit at the dining room table and have the doors open and listen to the outside.
And they've gone for a dining table and chairs that are really out of this world.
Yeah, my brother, when he came over for dinner, said it was like eating with the Jetsons.
We've seen the ground floor office and upstairs, the open concept space that includes a living room, kitchen, and dining room. One corner of the dining room houses Frank and Lisa's media collection and a very red room.
Okay, we got to show you our Disco Inferno bathroom.
This bathroom here behind me is our guest bath.
The tile name is really Disco Inferno, and we love the name. And of course, we love the color red and just thought, oh, we have to do that.
But all that red is totally green. Every bit is recycled glass.
And now here we are in our bedroom.
The floor is the terrazzo flooring that's used throughout the house. There's radiant heating in the floor, so when you wake up on a cold winter day, your feet are nice and warm.
Yeah, we have the nice windows here with the skylight above that gives us a nice light during the day. And then our ceiling angles up with windows that we can open and allows natural breezes and also nice light.
And finally, the green roof. At 1,900 square feet, it's a great place to relax. But it's up here, this home's green credentials really take off. For starters, there are 30 solar electric panels.
We have the largest solar panel array in the city of Chicago.
The panels generate enough power to run their heating and cooling system with 0 bills. But they didn't stop at solar panels.
Lisa and I advocated to the Chicago City Council that the zoning code be changed to allow wind turbines in residential districts. We were granted the first permit per that zoning change, and this is it. When we completed the building, we became the first gold-level LEED certified residence in the United States that generates its own electricity through the use of solar panels and wind turbines and uses geothermal heating and cooling within the building as well.
LEED means Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. The program's been around for a decade and now covers more than 14,000 projects in 50 U.S. states.
If people walk by and when they see the wind turbines, if we're out there, they'll be like, yay, you know, good, go for it. So that's really exciting.
Lisa and Frank are bringing the same eco-friendly approach to their music business by replacing plastic jewel cases with cardboard packaging and CDs with digital downloads. Because according to them, green is a big hit.